and I'm going to be giving you some serious tips and tricks on how to be a very good sniper in Battlefield 5. Now, I know a lot of you have probably been in the same situation I was when I first started Battlefield 5, and I was just getting killed left, right, and center. I was shooting people, and it was just not hitting them, and I couldn't work out why, and they were always seemed to be faster than me, and I just give up on sniping. I was like, nah, forget this. This is never going to happen. I can do the same thing with a machine gun, and it's just going to work quicker. Well, that's not true. I'm going to show you how to become a very good sniper. You've just got to put a little time in and think a little differently. And we're going to show you how to do that right now. My controls. I have aim sensitivity at 60, soldier zoom sensitivity at 60. Both of these at 60. I have weapon zoom on hold, and I have scope ready on toggle. That means that when I click it, I don't have to hold it in. It just quickly does it, and it can breathe slowly. And uniform aiming. See, on advanced in controls, I have uniform aiming on. Now that's very important, because what that does is it makes it so every single one of your guns has the same uniform aiming. And that is a massive difference, because the handgun works the same as the sniper rifle, the shotgun works the same, so you can get used to one type of aiming and just master it. The next thing is my gameplay settings. Now, I have my crosshair color set to a very bright color so I can see it. I mean, you've got to know your weapon. There's a series of sniper rifles within the game. There's the BattleField, Model 8, ZH, I'm not going to say Guerre, because I don't know how to say it, the Crack, RSC, and then this one which I love, which is the Car 98K. Now, not a lot of people use this gun. They don't like it, but I love it, and that's the sniper rifle for me. But that doesn't mean that that's going to be the sniper rifle for you. Let's take a quick look at the one you start off with, which is the BattleField. So, having the BattleField, again, is a difference between things like the scopes. So, most people just get the gun and go, but there is a series of different sights that you can adapt. They're here at the top, where it's a sight. Pressing left and right, or pressing X and going through the ones, you can select different sights. Now, this one is a good sight for like closer range, and this one is a good sight for further range. So we're going to try the further range one. So first thing you want to do is set this to close, and you want to set this to active, and you'll shoot, and you'll see that it shoots out these little mines, and your job is to shoot them. Now, a lot of people, when they come to sniping, will scope, see it launch, and then try and kill it. Now, I can hear it. I know it's coming from here, and I know it's coming from here, but like it's quite hard to follow it. Like, that's not the way to go. The way to go is to not zoom in until you're perfectly happy with the shot. So first thing I would advise you to do is just to follow the skeet with your gun like this. Just practice doing it slowly like this. If you can get a smooth action on your cursor like that, you've got a better chance of hitting it. When you're happy with finding the target and following it like that, we can take a shot. So what we're going to do is we're going to follow it with the cursor. We're going to zoom in, and then we're going to shoot. Now in this case, we've got to zoom in and shoot a little bit further in front of the object, because it's traveling. Okay, so you can see that what I did is I zoomed in and was just a little bit in front of it. Now, once you've got this range down and you're happy with this range, you then take it to the next level, which is a bit further back. Do the same thing again, just following the object with the cursor like this until you're comfortable. So you're just a matter of just finding it in front of it and then hitting it. There you go. Okay, so once you're happy with that distance, same again at the further distance. Okay. Next training is the range training, which is right next door, which is here. We're going to put this a little bit further out. So what a lot of people will do is they'll stand here, they'll zoom in, they'll aim, they'll shoot. Great. Perfect headshot. There's no opportunity where you're going to be like that unless you're proned. You're not going to be able to just sit there and do this shot. It's not going to happen. So what you are going to have to do is practice moving. So what you want to do is target the head, and then you want to try and move like this. Like, I always run it in like a weird figure of 8, back and forwards like this. And then what you want to do is try and scope and shoot whilst you're moving. Don't ever stand still. Just constantly, even if you don't hit them, doesn't matter. Just practice moving from left to right and shooting like this. You should never be standing still. I also want to talk to you about bullet drop. So bullet drop is basically essentially where the bullet drops as you're shooting it. I'm going to show you a quick clip now of me trying to shoot somebody a long way away and just not understanding why I'm not hitting.
Oh, that was over his head. So under, that's a headshot. That was, for me, that was, that's clearly a headshot there. I mean, there's a guy there, I can see his gun. That's a headshot. I mean, how many meters is he? 200. So, how is that not a headshot? How is that not a headshot? Do I have to aim lower? Do I have to aim higher? Do I have to aim, like, here? What, you're watching this, right? So, how is that not a headshot? Just watch again, like, he's 250 meters, I'm at 300 meters for sniping. I can see him, that is literally a perfect
so
shot.
You just saw me really frustrated then, trying to shoot this guy. I had no clue. I was definitely hitting him, you know, the right height, the right width, and everything, and he just wasn't killing it. And this is mostly because of this. So this is the training arena, and it sets my gun down at the bottom right hand corner. You can see the ammo, you can see my grenades, you can also see what it says, 100M. That is 100 meter. Now this gun is set to 100 meter. Now when you start, the guns are always set to 60 meters, so I'm not too sure why in the training room they're set to 100 meters, but they are. Now you can get what's called variable scoping, and what that means is you can set that up or down depending on the distance. I never use that. I always set it at 60 and just adjust to the drop of the bullet. At 100 meters here, I will shoot this guy straight smack bang in the head, and it will be straight as a die, perfectly right in the head, not a problem. Now, this leads you into a false sense of security, is that, you know, everyone you're shooting, you're going to always hit in the head, and it's always going to be perfect. Reality is, at 60 meters, if you're shooting at somebody at 100 here, what's going to happen is you're actually going to hit his neck or his body if you try this shot. So what you have to do is you have to aim just ever so slightly over his head. So if I was to shoot this guy and I wanted to shoot him in the head, I'd probably aim about here. I will show you and then run down. So you want to aim probably here, just above the target's head, if you're shooting at somebody who's about 100 meters away. If they are, say, a little bit further, say 140 meters or something, you don't have to aim that much above their head. You only have to aim a little bit. So I'd aim like probably that far up, and then you just keep moving up for every little bit. Now, unless they're a million miles away, in which case you shouldn't be trying to shoot them anyway, because you're going to be drawing attention to your area. So in that video you saw me, I was shooting, I just couldn't get him. The reason was I'd got that variable scope down the bottom set to 300. I thought was fine because it was under the distance and he was at 300 meters. What was actually happening is the bullet was actually shooting and going over his head. So when I was shooting exactly on his head, I was actually shooting higher than his head and it was going over the top of him. What I should have done is dialed that down to 100 or even dialed it down to 60 and just shot above his head. If I'd have shot probably at the circle for the distance that we were going, that would have shot him pretty much square in the face. A lot of people come in and they think, oh, he's miles away, I'm going to have to aim here. Nah, it's not that far. It's literally just above the head. So just aim just a tiny weeny bit above and shoot. And your good chances you're going to get that headshot that you've been wanting. Snipers who are like just sitting like this for ages and just hoping somebody comes past and doing this, you can practice that on the on the skeet training as well. So you can actually lay on the table. So I'll show you. So if you go onto here, you can actually lay on the table whilst they fire. Again, following the target. The training thing that I do is up here. What I tend to do here, you can practice with a handgun, but you can also practice with the sniper rifle. So you want to target, zoom, shoot, and you want to continue doing this: target, zoom, shoot, and you want to be as quick as you can. Target, zoom, shoot. And just keep practicing until you can get it quite quick, because you haven't got very long to shoot them. You've only got a couple of seconds between shooting them, so the quicker you can do this, the quicker you've got a chance of killing them before they kill you. There is automatic sniper rifles. I'm going to show you one of them here. So this is an automatic sniper rifle. You can put a scope on it, put like one of these on it, and you get the same kind of principle. You can zoom, shoot, you know, find, zoom, shoot, find, zoom, shoot. Now my favourite sniper rifle is the last one you get at level 20. And I use it with the M6 scope, which is this one. I find this to be the best sniper rifle overall. I love the sound of this rifle. I find that this kills people quicker, as in you can hit them pretty much anywhere and they'll die, whereas with the other one you really do need to get that headshot. So again, practice doing the thing. You see how it just sounds so meaty. I love the sound of this one. Okay, but it only has 5 rounds, so you've got to make them count. And it also makes you a bit more reluctant to shoot, so you really aim with this gun. Whereas the other ones, you'll just shoot loads. So, let's teach you a little bit about movement. We can do that here on the training room as well. So say I'm up here, and my target is that happy face there. You don't want to be this guy, who is sitting on the edge like this, and doing the shot. Because if you shoot them and miss, say I miss this target, they're now going to shoot at me. And I can only do this. And they're going to shoot you very, very quickly. So being prone is not the best, unless you're shooting somebody a long way away. And somebody who's like up there on that ridge. That would be an adamant distance to be prone. Would be like... Now, it's harder to hit me if I'm doing this than it's going to be if I'm laying on the floor doing this. So you should always be either standing or crouch. Crouch makes you move a little slower, but standing is good. So you want to be doing the figure of 8 up here, trying to use, and what I'm doing as well is, you see this corner bit here, this bit on the rock there. What I'm doing is I'm making sure that sometimes the yellow icon, which is what I'm shooting at here, is behind that rock. Do you see? So I know now at this point he's going to struggle to shoot me. So by coming out and going in, and coming out and going in, and coming out and going in, he's going to struggle to shoot me behind that rock. But then when I come out, I can take a shot at him. Take a shot at him. Go back in the rock. Take a shot at him. Go back in the rock. And what I'm doing is I'm getting more chances for me to hit him and less chances for him to hit me. So the other reason you're getting shot if you're sitting here and doing this is because when you make a shot, say I missed, so I missed the shot, everyone around you now knows you're here. So let's say you take another shot and you miss. Now everyone else knows you're here. So the problem is now everyone knows you're here. So my rule of thumb is I take 1 shot, maybe 2, and then I move. So I will go miss, I'll instantly get up and I'll move to another position. You don't have to move far, you can just move to here. Miss, okay, right, I'll move a bit further out, so I move up here. And what that means is now that I'm here, he's looking over there for somebody who's shooting him, and I'm over here. It also means if somebody, say, comes over this ridge here, who saw where I was, and he's coming to, like, shoot me, and he comes down like this with his handgun, and he's like, well, I know he's in these rocks here, so he comes up here to try and shoot me, and he's looking around for me. Well, I'm up here. So as he gets to there, I'm like, well, I see you, and shoot you in the head. So you've got a better chance of killing this guy who's coming to kill you. Say that we're on the map here, and our objective is inside here. So let's say it's in there, okay? Now, if you do this and run straight at it, people from there will kill you. There's loads of people in the point. There's going to be loads of people over here. You're going to get shot. So say it's right in here. Let's say that this is the objective here. you're going to get killed. There's going to be hundreds of people here trying to kill us. There's going to be hundreds and hundreds of people down there trying to kill you. There's going to be hundreds of people running to this objective trying to kill us, right? That is not the way to play a sniper. The way to play a sniper is to hug the boundaries right to the edge of the map, where you can't go any further, and you want to walk around. Walk around the boundary. It's here. If it's there, don't get here and try and push in like this, because there'll be people just standing there. Maybe if you're lucky, they'll be facing that way, but there's still gonna be a lot of people here. So don't go in there. No. Keep going and push behind the objective, because all the people here aren't going to expect someone here. They're going to be running that way. So by going here and staying close to the edge like this, where you got a wall covering you, you can then push up behind them. So now, in this position, I could quickly check that way, run up here, and get onto this rock here. Now, I've got shots here, all around. And they're all going to be facing that way, or shooting sideways. But they're not going to be looking back here for me. So I can come into this bush here, and I could come out like this. No one's going to be looking in this bush, and they're all going to be facing the other way. So that way, that's the best way to do it, is to try and hug the edges of the map and crawl around. Also, want to ask me any questions, you please feel free to jump onto my Twitch channel. It's White Noise Theory, and you can ask me questions directly on there. You can, which is Sniperassassin, that's ASSASSIN. And you can ask me any questions on sniping, and I'll try my very best to answer them for you.